Good morning and welcome to Grow Younger, Cell Regeneration Made Easy. We have an amazing lineup of regenerations for you today and through this series, through January. So I think you're going to be thrilled with all of the new things that we've added to this class. If you're a returning student, you're going to be thrilled because we're going so much deeper. If you're a new student, hang on to your hats. Lots of regeneration happening and a lot of really good results. We're starting out with the teeth, the jaw, and the gums today. We'll be doing some basic understanding of things also. So we're talking a little bit about PEMR and the blueprint, and you'll be getting a little bit of a primer on some things. So probably going to be talking the whole time while we're pumping. I'd like you to start with the quantum platter right away. And we'll be going down to charts and things like that in a little bit, but just get started right now with the quantum platter. And I want to welcome everybody to the call. You know, we have almost 90 students in this class already, and we usually get people right after the class starts, so we might end up with 100, which I'm thrilled. We've had a few less people in our classes the last couple months, and I'm delighted to see a bigger number in this class. So welcome everybody, and we're getting ready to get started and get your new year started off to a really great start. We're going to switch over now to the slides. By the way, if you're new to our programs, this little teacher's assistant is Adalia. Adalia Rose is 12 weeks old. She is my daughter, and she'll be with us on all the calls. You'll hear little cooing and baby noises. You might hear a little fussing. Babies bring purity, angelic energy. Certainly they bring angels. They bring goodness to the call. So we are delighted to have our little teacher's assistant here with us. And you'll notice there's cooing in the background. That is on purpose. Did not get a babysitter. And she really likes to be on these calls. So you'll notice that she's very attentive and will be looking and gazing into the screen, wondering who's back there, because sometimes the screen will open up and we'll see our producer and things like that. So she's looking right at you guys, sending you love. And so she'll be here for the class. Okay, so let's get started. Do sign in, let me know where you're from. And I'd love to hear why you came into the class, what your intentions are. So if you could sign in, where you're from, and then if you'd let me know what it is that this class is going to be important for you so that I can make sure that you're getting what you need. A lot of people I know are interested in the teeth, jaw, and gums, and so that's a priority. We put that in class number 1 so that you can work on it as you're working with me. And really, you have to be thinking about this as a process. You know, regeneration, we start the cascade of new cell growth, but then it takes time for the cells to grow in. And so you're going to be seeing over time, probably going to be doing the replay, meaning you're going to be watching the replay and pumping along with the replay. Okay, we'll start with the Love Wisdom affirmation as always. This is a declaration that we are free to transform, to change, to grow, and to let go of things that no longer serve us. It's from the Illumination Rosary that is part of our training program. I am free to live a life of spiritual freedom and full self-expression, liberated in love, gratitude, and mastery. In this body, here and now. My spirit is limitless. I am responsible for any limits I experience in this body and have complete access to the divine through prayer and contemplation to release myself from any human bonds I've worn as spiritual clothing that no longer resonate with my essence. And then, of course, we always do an opening blessing to remove obstacles. And this is from the Vedic or yogic tradition. And it's calling really on the aspects of the 3 sources of energy, Brahma being the father god, Vishnu being the love god, and Shiva being the creator and destroyer. And in this particular chant, Vakratunda is really Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, who dispels all obstacles. And we really honor every spiritual tradition. So whatever your spiritual tradition is, your religion is, we honor you and respect that, and that's perfect for you. So there's no right way. There's just your way for now. And if you decide to change, we support that too. Vakrutunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Devo Sarva Kayeshu Sarvada. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parad Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatiye Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. May your world and the entire planet be filled with peace. Tatastu, so be it. All right. I'm not sure that we have any brand new students. Please let me know if you are a brand new student so I can keep an eye on you. We're going to go through the demonstration for the hand movement quantum pump and muscle testing. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and review what we're going to be doing in today's class. Training 1, teeth and gums. You'll learn how to prepare and clear the body for cell regeneration. In this first training, you'll get the basics on how to set up the body for successful regeneration experience. You'll learn several unique hand gestures we call the quantum pump for both clearing and cellular neogenesis. You'll learn the techniques for muscle testing and begin the process of teeth and gum regeneration, as well as we put in the jaw also. So many people have asked for that, so we've got that in there too. And for those of you who already know what's happening, here is the big list. This kind of blew me away. We had to go to a really, really small type to get everything on here. But there's a whole heck of a lot of emotional anchors. So from resentment, that bright yellow in the first column, all the way down to sorrow, just above embedding in the second column, a huge list of emotions. And then look at all the spiritual interferences. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, by golly. So a lot of spiritual interferences that relate to problems with the teeth, the jaw, and the gums. You know, kind of your basic, it really didn't change from last year. The information about programs, that's kind of remained the same. I think just 2 things changed on that. And we just keep refining and refining, but kind of blown away by the emotional anchors. So we should get some really great results given we've added so very much here. So that's going to be really exciting. All right, well, we're going to go back now. So everybody is doing quantum pump, or for those of you who know how to do the platter, you can go to doing the platter. It's a whole heck of a lot to clear, and we're going to do regeneration today. So please pump away, get going. And we're going to come now to, I've got to stop. Can we stop for a minute? Yeah, let's stop here. Okay. Not talking to you, talking to the baby. He's having a little bit of warm milk. Warm milk is favorite thing to have in the morning. Oops, she's drooling some warm milk. Okay. So the quantum pump is a hand movement, and Adelia knows how to do this. Can you do that with me, honey? Can you do the quantum pump? Can you do the quantum pump, honey? Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah, so it's a basic hand movement. She's gonna be pumping along with us. She likes it. Yeah, that's her pump. You muscle test, you'll see that she's effective even though she doesn't have great muscle control yet. It's kind of an up and a down thing that she does, and then she has to pause and reset and do it again. The elbow is down at the side, tucked in right at your waist, and the hand is moving forward. It's a gentle kind of pulse and reflex. It's not squeezing. That would be very difficult for your hand. Just a gentle pulse. You can, yeah, there you go. You can do it again. Then you can do both. You can do them like this. That would be the double pump. Or you can do it like this. And then the platter, which is when I just said to all of you who are experienced, you can do the platter. Platter looks like the doorknob. The doorknob is one that we use for spiritual interferences, and it looks like this, where the fingers are wrapped around a doorknob, and your palm is facing forward, palm is facing up. Platter, palm is facing forward, palm is facing up. Just the fingers are extended. So that's the platter. As a flutter, you'll always only do the platter with one hand. There are only two movements that I recommend that you do with the double-handed technique. The double pump and chopping. We're not going to do chopping today in this class. This is not a spiritual parasite class, although we are going to do some clearings, and that's something that we use really with spiritual interferences. So platter, though, if you want to get going on platter, elbow is, again, tucked down into kind of that waist-hip area. So it's held firmly in position. And then notice that I'm just showing you this technique so you get it right. The wrist and hand are on the same plane. So you're not bending it, doing something funny with it. It's really on the same plane. Do you see that? Okay. Very good. All right, and I will get to answering questions in a little bit once we're really on the screen where we're looking at the clearing. There's a couple more techniques that you might want to know about. One of them is the discrete pump, and that's for when you're walking around in a restaurant, or you're sitting at a table, sitting at your desk, and you want to do it. You want to do the pump discreetly. You don't particularly want to call attention to yourself. So, oh, I got baby goo on the jacket here. Okay. Okay, so the hand is going like this. Hand is, yeah, that's right, honey. The hand is fluttering. So that's a flutter. And then, of course, there's the foot pump. I might be able to show you how to do that. And that's just your foot is pumping forward. Ooh, this is really a talent. Hold the baby and pump the foot. So it's just the ankle pumping is basically what that is. Yeah, very good. Okay, so those are the pumps. And then let me just show you while we're at it, I'll show you the muscle testing. And we're using the fourth finger on the right hand. If you have a muscle testing technique that works for you, kinesiology technique that works for you, go ahead and use that. If you're going to be a year-long or 3-year student of mine, you'll want to learn this technique because it's very rapid, it's very fast, and very efficient. So you're going to push down on the fourth finger, the ring finger. My name is Julie Renee. My name is Bozo the Clown. My daughter is Adelia. So you're holding your finger very firm, and then you're testing a statement. Sugar is 100% good for me. Sugar is 100% bad for me. 90-80. Sugar is 80% bad for me. Okay, so I'm going into the beauty program, and one of the things I've been doing is I don't really drink caffeine, and I don't eat a lot of sugar, although I do have a sweet tooth. With the baby and minimal sleep, I'm eating sugar every day, and I really want to just like break that. And the beauty program is my intention. So I'm doing all kinds of things to pay attention to, what I'm doing, and bringing more consciousness in. So you can test for anything. You can test for sugar, or did I get enough sleep last night? No. So you can test for anything. But what we do, how we get all the information about all the emotional anchors and spiritual interferences and anchors and programs and all of that, we get that all through muscle testing. 9 years ago in my garden, in prayer and meditation, I got the hand movement, the quantum pump, which was the basic hand movement. And then from the basic quantum pump, many things have been mapped out So I did see a cell regenerate on that very first day in prayer and meditation in my garden, where I said, God, you promised me the Garden of Eden, and I'm living in hell on earth. And maybe some of you are, where your body is just not functioning. I was in so much pain, and every year I had more problems to deal with. So I was watching my cells regenerate, and I got this sense that things were clearing. And over time, and in the last year especially, we've really mapped, just for those of you who are interested in, the progression of things, I'd love for you to stay with me for 14 years if you can. I got in my sleepiness with not getting enough sleep. I was having, especially when we came back early from, the birth, I was having a lot of visions, and I saw that I would be mapping like I am now through August of this coming year, so this year actually, so 2017, and then I would start mapping in relation to science, what science knows. So I'd be mapping the blueprint in relation to science, and I would do that for another 13 years. So we have a pretty exciting road ahead of us to really integrate what science and medicine knows with what we know about the blueprint, and that's coming up very soon. By the way, I'm chatting here, but I know you guys are pumping or doing platter. If anyone knows of a researcher where we really are looking for people to do studies on our results, because we have phenomenal results, as you could see from the enrollment page. And I'd love to have that documented by people who, they do that, whether they're in graduate school or whatever. So please let me know. Just send me an email through support@julierenee.com. If you have a friend who's a researcher, or somebody that's in graduate school that might like to do research on activations, quantum field activations. Okay, alrighty. So we are going on to look at that page again with the clearings. All right, and we are 30% through. I'm going to be doing a blasting technique for a few minutes here to see if we can pump it up a little faster. So everybody who can put on the gas with your platter or a double pump, just pump with all intention of moving through this chart quickly. This is a much deeper chart than we did last year. As you can tell, there's probably 75% more stuff to clear on this chart than what we actually approached and looked at last year. So it's just a all-around bigger chart. Okay, and then sorry, I was zoning out with my baby here. Let's say hi to everybody. So everybody's pumping away, doing the platter. Good morning to Diane, Christina, and that's Christina with a K. Is that a Chrislina? Christina. No, that's a Christina. I don't know. It looks like there might be an extra letter in there. Okay, Sandhi, good morning, and Jan from England, and Kathleen Liu, good morning, and Laura, and Colleen Madonna, and Louisa, and Evelyn, and Kathleen Liu again. Yeah, Adelia is smiling, right? And Saval, hi, good morning, so happy to see you. And let's see, who else? Suzanne, and Philippe, and Sue Lorraine, and Leanne, and Roxanne. Oh, good morning, Roxanne. And Louisa, question, can you please teach on growing a new set of teeth and how to apply today to that? Well, that's what we're doing, Louisa, so you're in the right class. Sandra, need a lot of dental healing. Okay, Louisa from Canada. And Sandha? My intention, let's see here. My intention is to heal through regeneration of my body. Beautiful. Jan, improve everything, especially teeth. Great. Denise, Happy New Year. Diane, Texas, youthing instead of aging. I love that. Leanne, would I be able to grow back a molar? Yes. Yeah, and cracks in the teeth. Yeah, definitely. You can definitely grow back teeth. You can grow them back. You can grow broken teeth. You can mend the cracks in your teeth so you don't have cracks in your teeth anymore. You can grow back, parts of teeth that have been chipped off. So all of that is possible. Let's see. Okay, so that was Leanne. Kathy, and thank you for the wish. And Louisa from Canada, growing a new set of teeth, healing gums and jaw from dying bone, beginning osteoporosis, clearing crazy high blood pressure in this class. Okay, on the heart. All righty, very good. Alan, hello from Ashland, Oregon. I would like to heal my arthritis and strengthen my bones. Well, great, Alan. We are going to be working on the bones, and you're going to be thrilled to hear I've just literally this week added a new class called Arthritis 101. So we'll have a 5-part class on healing arthritis, and coming up in the summer, I think. We also have one called Supple Spine that I've just added. So we added 4 new classes. Last year, this time, we added 78 new classes. So we're starting to find our rhythm with the classes that are here, and then making sure that we have everything for everyone. But we will be addressing bones, so that's great. Margot, good morning, and Sandra. Sue Lorraine, primarily feet and legs, having real issues. Also bone growth due to bad bridge. Okay. And Christine Wilson, I just want to say good morning to Christine. I realize you probably aren't being able to get in the chat box and you're here. So, and shout out to all the people on the phone line and people who are here but not chatting with us. Just send you our love, and just know that I've got the whole list of students up in front of me as I teach the class, so I'm aware of all of you. And Alan is brand new, and Mary Ann is brand new. Wonderful. And Devin says hi. Okay, so we do have some brand new people. Evelyn, my intention: regenerating receding gums, strengthening teeth, healing a slight heart valve insufficiency, healing scars, toning skin, regenerating hair color from within. Also did healthy hair, and we'll do eye class as well. Beautiful. Okay, and then you'll just want to look at the lineup, but that's fantastic. I think a lot of that is included with what we're doing. We are working on the heart. We are working on the teeth and gums. So lots of good things. Avram is what people call me. Okay. Then you'll just, Alan, you'll want to sign in that way, because I won't, I apologize, but I won't remember that. So just put it in there each time, or if you can get it so that that's what shows as your name on the chat box, that would be great. Okay, Sue Lorraine. Sue Lorraine is new. Okay. John, working on saving and healing teeth and regrowing 2 missing teeth. Fantastic. Margaret S., good morning. Good morning, Margaret. Dentist says my gums are great. Last year there wasn't enough to anchor a bridge in all solid gum. They had said I needed to do, that tissue buildup. They don't know about Julie Renee. Well, that's fantastic, Margaret. Now to work on the teeth. Fantastic, Margaret, that's awesome. Kirsten, hello from Denmark, primarily signed up for dental and jaw healing and to learn more about regeneration process and clearing. Beautiful. Saval, I want to rejuvenate and strengthen my body. I want to grow younger, especially the face area, and heal my jaw. I'm also in the beautiful class. Fantastic, Saval. And Dale, sorry to be late. So excited to be in the class. Welcome. And Philippe, in general, I want to grow younger and recreate, grow my hair. And Laurel from California, invito. from sunny Southwest Florida. And Sandhai, can it help with TMJ? Definitely. And Jan, please can you tell me how much of my time my testing is over 96%? Okay, and then just remember to keep the questions to this class. So, so if you're asking a muscle testing, how much of my time my testing is over 96%? I appreciate you asking that question. You could send that to support rather than in this call, but 93% of the time you're over 96%. Will teeth heal that have fillings? What will happen to the fillings? The fillings will stay there. So, so you're gonna, yeah, the fillings don't go anywhere. They stay there. Unless you really are focused on, chopping them out and having them fall out and then grow back the teeth. Kristalina, I have many teeth issues. Can this technique be used to remove tartar from teeth? I started pumping for teeth when I read about the class, and I wonder if this has been helpful. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about 6% helpful. And yes, you could do chopping because tartar is like an infection. So yeah, you can remove infections. And then you'll want to do the outer actions too. John, can I mention my knee joints and cataracts on this call, or do I want to future sessions? You can. We're not doing the eyes in this, but knee joints, we are doing the bones. So, and we do focus on the knees in this call. We have a couple of classes, the Year of Miracles, we do vision, and also we have a vision class that we do vision. Limmy from Estonia, hoping to get my sore thigh bone and registering for the arthritis class. Oh, fantastic. Great. And by the way, I will let you guys know when the link is up because I just added the class, meaning the tech people haven't put it in yet. So I will for sure let you know when it's up. It'll be up during our trainings in January. Kirsten, do we need to look through, focus at clearing the list while pumping, or just focus on intention of healing the teeth? No, you need to look at the list. You don't need to constantly look at the list, but you're not healing the teeth right now. You're removing the blocks that would prevent the teeth from healing. And then Kelt, Keith from Denmark. Nice to see all of you. Okay, great. So that was a good sign in for everybody. I'm so glad everybody's made it to the call. You'll want us come to the call 10 minutes early. We start exactly on time. I'm really kind of very Johnny on the spot with that. We usually go about 10 minutes over, meaning we'll keep pumping while videos are playing. We end at the hour, but then we typically have, she's trying to teach with me. We typically have another 10 minutes of pumping that we'll do together, just because everything goes a lot faster if you're with me. So you'll want to come in at 10 to the call so that you're on when we start. Don't sign in at the last minute. If you have problems, that ends up keeping you out of the class and you miss something. And then plan to stay an extra 10 minutes after the class. So even though the class ends on time, we pump together. So that's how we do it. And in this class, we really need every second. And we're at 83% clear. So that's good. We're doing great. 83% clear on this list. And by the way, this list goes one by one down. So, if you were doing this on your own, you're actually starting with Lucifer stops and going down to bloodline and then to clan. And it goes all the way down. And so you're going down the list, down the list, down the list. So the last part of the list is spiritual interferences and anchors. There we go. Spiritual interferences and anchors. And that may take you a little bit more time because it's a harder thing to clear. Now, you're not going to have all of this. I tested for this class on every issue for all of the students, all the 90-ish students in this class. I think there's 80-something, 89 or something. And you're going to have some of these issues. So you're going to be clearing everything on this list that's related to you. But since I muscle tested for everyone, I got every issue. So you may have half of the issues and you're pumping for the issues that are your issues, just so you know. And then do you need to do this again? No. However, if you do it again, will it be helpful? Yes. So when you clear it, you clear it. But I notice that people who do the replays on a regular basis get incredible results. Part of it is that you're staying in the quantum pleasure field. So you're really, because you're coming into a class where you have a teacher who lives in that field and can regenerate at will. So you've got that blessing. And your focus and intention is very strong, and you become very powerful by doing the replays. In the second half of the class, so hopefully in the next 3 or 4 minutes, we can transition to regeneration. So we're just going to keep going on this. Nothing will leave. If you've had dental work and you have crowns or fillings, it just stays there. So that's going to just stay. If your teeth fall out, you can grow new teeth. But once you've had something, you'd have to really intend for them to fall out, So you'd have to really make an effort. Like it just wouldn't fall out because you're doing a clearing. They just wouldn't. Oh, did you kick off your little shoe? You did? You feel sleepy, little one. Are you getting sleepy? You are, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, I'd like to talk to you. I think we'll leave this list up. The next screen is Pemer. And since this is an intro class and some of you are coming in for the first time, I'd like to talk to you about the Human Blueprint. So the Human Blueprint is perception, essence, matter, energy, and realms. And you can think of it as Pemer to keep you kind of a little acronym to remember. Perception are the programs and thoughts that inform you of how to respond to your world and how you respond to everything. So that's in perception. And perception existed before essence or spirit. In the beginning was the word. So the word is perception. So thought forms existed before spirit existed. Then we have essence. Essence is spirit, soul, life force, and high self. We have a wonderful class on essence. People learn so much, but we do some retrievals of broken and hacked off parts of spirit. And it's an incredible class. If you haven't taken it or you have taken it, either way, I encourage you to keep every year revisiting essence. It just gets richer and more beautiful. So essence. Then the next thing in the blueprint is matter, everything physical. So that would be cells, glands, organs, the fluid, the tissue, the hair, the DNA. Everything that makes up the physical body is matter. And then energy, and the energy body is the chakras, the aura, the halo, the human spirit access portal, the nadis, the meridians. And a lot of times people get those confused with spirit. They think spirit and chakras are the same, but indeed they are not. Very, very different, not one and the same at all. So that makes up the basics of your blueprint. And then from there, we go into the realms that support the blueprint. The first realm that supports the blueprint is Genesis. And Genesis is what we're going to be using as we regenerate the body. So Genesis is the generation of cells or the regeneration of cells happen in the realm of Genesis. So that's pretty amazing that we can grow new cells and we can regrow new cells, and out of nothing, having it exist in our blueprint, we can grow something back that was surgically removed, as I have done many times for my clients and myself. So Genesis. And then the next realm, there are 4 realms, and the next realm is embodiment. And embodiment is the ability that we have for our spirit to exist as one with our body, embodiment. Embodiment actually solidifies at birth with the first breath. So a spirit may change out more than once while gestation is happening. So there may be one or two or three spirits that go and visit the baby body, but at birth, the baby spirit that's there at birth is the spirit that will inhabit that body. And then what we notice, though, is with the realm of embodiment, because also mother is capable of having, having 3 babies or 7 babies. I don't know, we've seen with fertility medicine some crazy numbers. But the realm of embodiment also allows for other things other than just one spirit to live in the body. So that's where sometimes we have some bugaboos attaching and anchoring, and that's one of the realms that we look at to make corrections in, as well as really appreciate getting our spirit more fully into our body with embodiment. The third realm is the quantum realm, or the quantum field, and that is the field of particles. We are part of a field of oneness, and everything is particles vibrating. Based on how the particles are vibrating, you get a Julie Renee, or you get an Adalia Rose, or you get a globe, or a phone, or a computer, whatever. What we're doing with the quantum pump is we're setting an intention with our mind, and then we're accessing the quantum pleasure field with the quantum pump. And we're transforming, we're changing, we're rearranging the particles so they vibrate in a better circumstance. So this work is not energy work. It's actually quantum work. We're actually working with the quantum field and rearranging the particles for a better circumstance. And that's why we can grow back teeth. And then the final realm that we have that supports the blueprint is the realm of amplification. And you can think of the realm of amplification as the realm of, it's the law of attraction field. And so what you're consistently thinking about, thanking, praising, ruminating on, is what you're going to be amplifying in your field. And so if you're thanking and praising and amplifying, the great health you have and the beautiful smile you have and the healthy, bright, white, beautiful teeth that are all lined up and, I don't know, smooth and silky, or whatever you want to think about, as opposed to I'm worried about all the holes in my teeth and the cracks and my teeth are falling out. You're going to use your field of amplification to help with consistent thoughts, kind of like affirmations. And that field of amplification really is a bugaboo. If you're constantly ruminating on something negative, you're going to keep bringing in more negative. And if you are able to let go, and that's why we work so much on all these emotional anchors, because the emotional anchors are the anchors that really hold us in the amplification issues, amplification meaning negative issues. So that's a little explanation of the blueprint. For those of you that would love to learn more about the blueprint, the first book I'd recommend that you take a look at of mine is the 100% You Formula, because I go into little kind of, it's like sitting in the living room having a conversation with me and learning, just me chatting with you for 4 or 5 hours on how the blueprint all works together. And then if you want the details of regeneration, the bigger book, Your Divine Human Blueprint, is it's almost 600 pages. It's more than 600 pages, sorry. In any case, my friend Marcy Shimoff was scolding me. She said, why would you write such a big book? And I had 17 more chapters mapped out. She said, no, those are just different books. So it would have probably been a 1,000-page book. But she stopped me and said, people aren't going to read that big book. But you know what? I hear over and over again, people read the book through once, and then all of a sudden they've read it through 5 times, because every time they read it through, they get a deeper level of understanding about how everything works and how regeneration works. And there are thousands of miracle stories in the regeneration processes. And so that Your Divine Human Blueprint is really a powerhouse of information. And I wrote it 5 years ago, which is amazing. So we continue to hone and refine, but the foundational work is in those 2 books. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have those books, to grab them if you're wanting to go deeper in your understanding. Root canal, honestly, some of that stuff, when you have the dental stuff in there, that's going to be a kind of like wait and see. Let's see what happens. So you have to think about crowns and root canals and all of that as anchors, right? They're dental anchors. And so we're not removing the dental anchors. And that's why I'm saying, well, if you wanted to, you could really go at it and do chopping to remove the dental anchors. But those dental anchors are working for you, right? And so, it's really up to you if you want to start removing the dental anchors. But it's a good question, but honestly, we don't mess with the anchors. So unless you want to mess with the anchors and then do chopping, and I'm going to come on the screen. She's a little bit wiggly, so here we come. My little doll here, my little darling. Oh, wiggly and milky smiled. The double chopping looks like the double pump. Oh, you like that? Okay, wiggly girl. Okay, so the double pump looks like this with the fingers loose, and chopping looks like this where the fingers are together. And you can, if you want to, you can work on removing, fillings and crowns and whatever is holding your teeth together. You can remove that by doing that chopping technique. So that's something that you can do. We will not do that in the class. I'm not going to be responsible for people having something fall out that they had a dentist put in. So if you want to, you can do that on your own. And I would guess that you would be very successful if you were intentional on getting that done. Okay, let's see. And there was another. Can you test for me on MI regeneration loss, but been working since the last class in June? Okay. Yeah, Kathy, I get that you got a 50% regeneration. So you did good. I noticed that always the results are biggest for people who revisit the replay 3 or 4 times and keep working on it. So we get it started here. And, it's so interesting because once you really are with me for a few years or a year or so, your regeneration is going to happen really faster, but you're building your skill in the quantum field. You're learning how to get in that field and access the regeneration faster and faster. Okay, I've got to stop talking for a minute and get you going on the regeneration. So whether we finish or not, let's see, did we finish? We're at 94%. I'll do blasting while you guys get started on the regeneration because we have to get going on this. Okay, I'm not going to answer any more questions temporarily. We may be able to go back to questions in a little bit, but I need you to get started on the cell regeneration and quantum pump, double pump, but double pump. Yeah, you do about double pump. Double pump. That's what I'm going to have you do. Okay, so we're going to do cellular neogenesis, the revitalization of existing stem cells, and the genesis of new stem cells. This technique uses the master cell, and this is the original stem cell for the area being regenerated, and holds a great deal of information about how to grow cells. Using the quantum field and a hand movement, which we've already gone through, quantum pump, the stem cell is brought to 100%. Cells regeneration is brought about by activating the perfected master cell in the human blueprint, then moving this cell into physical reality. For example, one might imagine it's as the perfected cell is replacing the old unhealthy cell, or the master cell from the blueprint is taking form where no cell currently exists. Medically documented regrowth of failed adrenal and new growth of a surgically removed colon. So we have some medical documentation with some of the people who had, scans and x-rays and things. And a lady who we grew back her colon actually had the bag removed. So she had her colon removed. And a year and a half later, we grew back her colon, and she was able to have the bag removed and has a fully functioning colon. So that's very nice. And lady who had an adrenal that was failed on a PET scan, showing that it was, shrunk to the size of a raisin and was not functioning. She went back 4 months later, and it was a fully functioning adrenal gland. So just to know, and I know many of you have had the miracles already in this class and you're revisiting, but we have medical documentation of people who have, and probably many more. Those are people who came to me and said, look, here's my medical reports. So, okay, so let's go to the next. So this is imagining a stem cell, and we're going to pump to regenerate. And we're going to be working so we're going to work all of these one by one, but we're going to work them. So the teeth, the gums, and the jaw, and they're all a little bit different. So there would be 3 processes. If we had 3 hours, we would do 3 hours, 1 hour on each, with me pumping with you. But you'll have homework. You'll get it. So you're just going to start pumping to regenerate the teeth, all the stem cells in the teeth, the jaw, gums, and the jawbone itself. And the jawbone bones look very different to me than the stem cell stuff, but the bones actually look like tree roots growing together when you're being successful at growing bone. So that's what that looks like to me. It doesn't look kind of like we show this big cell that has all these different components. It's like a being unto itself. Each cell has all these different things, a digestive tract, and it has a brain, the nucleus. All of these different things are doing different processes. By the way, the mitochondria right here is where the regeneration program is. So by pressing on the mitochondria, I discovered that that's what starts the cascade of new cell growth. So that's that little, kind of looks like a little caterpillar on the inside of the membrane on the cell. All right, so everybody is really pumping away, doing the double pump. I'm going to be quiet for a minute and blast, or maybe I can talk, but I really want to focus on getting that clearing. We were at 94% a couple minutes ago. Everybody's working on the actual regeneration now. So cell regeneration of, we'll start with the teeth, and then the gums, and then the jaw. So it'll be 1, 1, 1. Just working on getting the stem cells and components that allow for regeneration to 100%, so we can start that cascade of new cell growth. And then next, I also wanted to let you know, we will include, one of my students had a holistic, homeopathic gifted dentist, and they gave the dentist gave some protocols on using a water pick and yogurt and some routines that you can do to restore health to the mouth. And so we're including that with today's lesson. You'll be able to access that. I'm not going to pop it up on the screen as we're going through class today, but you will have that in your with your replay, and transcriptions of this class happen about 7 days after the class. So if you're wanting to also read what I taught you, you can go in and grab the transcriptions. They get put up, like I said, about 7 days after the class. The transcriptions go in. So you'll have the audio, the slides, the video, you'll have the transcripts, and then each class will have support materials. So in this class, you'll have, this extra homework on taking care of the mouth. And that's your choice. You can look at it and say, this is going to work for me, or this isn't going to work for me. But I thought it was a wonderful resource. And I'm always interested in doing both, doing the inner and the outer. And so if you know of supplements that are good for repairing whatever we're working on, if it's your heart or your nerves or your teeth or your bones or whatever, go for it. I encourage you to do everything. It's kind of that no matter what, I'm going to get a great result, right? So that's what we're working on. Let's see here. 99% on the, just another little bit on the clearing. So we'll leave the class today with the clearing being completed, and then I'm going to amp up the regeneration process too, because I don't think we're going to get all through this fully, but you'll have some homework. You'll be able to get through it this week. And let's walk through that since we're kind of, so the first thing we're doing is we're pumping to reinitiate the 100% function of the blueprint to the physical cells, all parts, the membrane, nucleus, absorption, elimination, DNA, organelles, mitochondria. So all of that and what we've seen. And each stem cell looks a little different. So in upcoming classes, we'll actually be looking at stem cells. But today, we had so much to cover where we're not going to be looking at the stem cell appearances, but we will in upcoming classes. We'll mirror, once we get the master cells and the stem cells up to 100%, we'll mirror them to the surrounding cells. So that's the first thing we do. We activate the light of the cell. By the way, this just is done with pumping. You don't have to really know the process, just pump through the process and know that I'm guiding you. But eventually, if you're one of my apprentices, you will have this nailed down. You'll know, oh, we've completed the process of activating to 100%. Next step is mirroring. We're going to activate the light of the cells, and we're going to mirror all the cells that are at 100% to all of those cells that are not stem cells, that are just cells that have grown from the stem cells. So the stem cells are the ones that hold all the information for that gland, that organ, that system, whatever it is. So that's what we're doing. We're mirroring. So we're mirroring to all those cells that are not stem cells to get a good boost and read at 100%. And they do, actually, muscle test. But those cells were grown out of stem cells that were functioning low, so you're not going to get great functioning cells. So we obviously want to replace those cells, and we start a cascade of new cell growth. And look, in the first day, you're going to have a few cells, right? And as you go down to maybe day 100, you're going to have thousands and thousands of new cells. So you think about that cascade of new cell growth. In the first few days, you might have 20 new cells, and then 100 new cells, and then 1,000 new cells. But it does take time. And so we do the brain regeneration, takes about 180 days. The heart, I don't know, 70 to 90 days. So you think about everything takes time. And teeth, it's really about how bad the teeth are, you know, how much dentin, how much of the tooth is actually missing. Or the jaw, if you've lost. But I can tell you bones grow back quickly. So if you have bone issues where you've had bone degeneration, as long as, and we will clear this in the bone class, you clear the illness in the bones, like osteoporosis or whatever other bone illness you might have. You clear the illness out, so you remove the programs for the illness, and then you activate the bone growth. It happens really fast. It can happen in a week or two where you have bones go back. So just know, I've repaired the ligaments. 75% of a ligament that was torn where somebody couldn't bend their knee. In a matter of 7 minutes, I repaired the ligament enough that he was able to bend the knee without pain. And that was a miracle to him, where he had had such a big tear in there. And medical people don't think that those can be repaired, but of course they can. So just know bones and ligaments, those are easily growable. So, and teeth are easily growable too, as you can see by all the testimonials we have of people who had really great results with teeth. Oops, sorry. That was not what I meant to do. Okay, let's just pop down here. Okay, good. And then you're gonna be able to do a quantum pump. You can just do like 20 minutes a day. So that's a very simple way to just keep working on it. And then that outer action, I mentioned to you, we'll be giving you the instructions for healthy teeth, gum, and jaw dental care from the holistic dentist. So that'll also be included. So you'll have that today. That'll be up probably in about 3 or 4 hours. That'll be up in the in the site, in the member site. For those of you who don't know, everything goes into a member site. And so the people who are brand new, you'll have every class that you take is in your member site, and you have access to it forever. So you don't have to save something or download something. The member site is yours. And so if you take 20 classes, you have 20 classes in your member site. You can go into any class and say, oh, I did that teeth and gum thing. I want to review that. And you can go in right in there and review it 6 months from now. So, okay, and we're pumping. Let's see. Hang on one sec. Sweetie pie. Okay, no biting. Let's see, here we go. Okay, so that we're at 100% clear. Four people. I need to just keep working on you a little bit longer. Okay, all righty. So I'm going to work on 4 of you that still have some spiritual interferences in your teeth, jaw, and gums. So I'm going to do a little more blasting for the 4 of you, but everybody else, and we've got like 90 people, are clear on that, so that's good. I put this up just because we can do some class announcements before we aren't actually chatting together. So we're looking to certify, I'm looking to certify 150 quantum activators experts in 2017, and I would love for you to be among them. We have a beautiful online apprentice program, and we have a great group of people starting out the first year. And your Year of Miracles is 36 hours of regeneration and 52 weeks of support. It's a pretty incredible class. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are really looking to regenerate the body, I highly recommend you come into the Year of Miracles. It's going to be really amazing for you. These are the upcoming things. 7 Stages of Love, a weekly class, Healing the Sex Glands and Organs for Men and Women, separate classes, obviously. Bladder Health, Vision, See Clearly, Beauty Weight Loss program starting on Monday. Sorry, and it is starting on Monday, but we have a free class on Saturday on weight loss, and it's a free one, so just come on in and get the clearings if you're working on weight loss. We have a Quantum State of the Union address. We'll be doing our annual addressing the state of what's going on in the world and what's going on in the quantum world. Year of Miracles, we have the energy body, the chakras, the aura, the halo. You get your halo activated and turned on, your golden rings turned on this month. And then Accelerate Wealth 21 day is starting on Monday. So very, very exciting. I think it's Monday. It might be Tuesday. Maybe Beauty. Yeah, it's Beauty. I think Beauty is Monday and Wealth is Tuesday, or the other. I'll have to look at the calendar. Okay, so that's the story on that. Let's see where we're at with regeneration. We're about 40% into regeneration. Okay. Now let's go back to regeneration here. Yes. And one of the things that happens, you guys, is just, you're going to find this a little humorous, is getting ready for this class. This little pumpkin is cutting teeth. And so hers are coming in, and they're bugging her. So all that funny noise she was just making, she is just biting. You too, honey. You just want those teeth to come in. So she's got this beautiful toothless grin there. And one of her favorite things right now is when she sits in mommy's lap is to bite my thumb. Bite my thumb. There you go. Yeah. That's like a feels good. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're at the end of the hour. Let me just see. So I'm gonna stay on with you in the chat box. I'll be answering questions in the chat box for at least 10 minutes. You will have homework. I will put the homework in the chat box, so you're gonna have to pump some more. Okay, honey. You're gonna have to pump some more during the week to get the regeneration done. But we are well on our way. We're started. We're 40% into the regeneration. And then and the clearings, I will make sure before our 10 minutes after the class is over, I'll make sure that all of you 4 people who had some really, really nasty spiritual interferences in the mouth, I'll get them out for you, so you won't have to worry about that. So if everyone will just keep going, the pump as hard as you can. Just meaning that I want you to pump with sincere intention, because it helps. I think the other thing in future classes, I talk through this whole class. We do chanting. If you have my Sound of Truth and you can listen to the chanting and chant along, that's great, because chanting will raise your energy and will make things go faster. By the way, for those of you who want faster skills, take the Diamond class. We work on getting your activation skills up so that they're faster, so that you double your speed or triple your speed with your pumping. All right, my dears, I will be answering questions in the chat box. I'll be doing some blasting, and we'll stay on for another 10 minutes together. So you won't see my face anymore. You'll see videos playing. For those of you who are new, everybody else knows what's going on. And let's do a little blessing. Okay, let's do a little blessing to say goodbye. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrtyormam Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. May the entire world and your life be filled with peace. Tatastu, so be it. All right, keep pumping, and I'll be answering questions in the chat box. Love you. Bye-bye for now.